Chris, you're bicycling from Fort Kent, Maine, where they speak French, all the way across the U.S. to Seattle. What distance is your trip?
So this trip's about 4,200 miles, give or take, a couple hundred there.
And could you explain the background and the purpose?
Sure. Well, this is my 5th time now crossing the country for the American Heart Association, trying to come to schools all across the United States and speak to kids about living a healthy and active lifestyle. And I'm trying to engage them and let them know that they can make a difference in the world too, but by starting with themselves, having those healthy habits every single day.
Here at Ridgeview Elementary, you spoke to about 270 students,
yep.
And it appeared that they were very, very engaged. Is that typical?
Definitely. I think the best compliment I think I could ever get was that I can keep kindergartners sitting still for 40 minutes.
Touché.
So the kids they're always fascinated, and even the teachers have become fascinated, and the parents, and it's just not every day I think someone rides across the U.S. But then I also include in that storytelling of other trips from around the world, and trying to just to inspire them and motivate them that being healthy, being active can be fun. You can volunteer your time and try to make a difference in the world, and it all comes across really, really well.
Would you told me earlier that you've been doing this since 2007, so how many of these trips have you done now?
So this is my 5th one now in the United States, but I've also ridden across like Argentina and Sweden and Thailand and all over the world, doing other various bicycling and outdoor climbing trips. And so I mean, I've been traveling now since I was probably about 18 years old. And I'm 30 now. So.
Okay, thank you. And would you venture a guess as to how many miles you've covered in a long distance touring sense on your bicycle?
So just here in the United States, and not including any of my training, this trip will be about 18,100 miles so far of miles here in the U.S.
And your next stop here in Montana
is going to be Helena tomorrow. So speak to schools there, meet with the Lieutenant Governor on Thursday, and continue on towards Spokane. And then my next stop after Spokane will be Leavenworth, Washington, and then finally Seattle. And then I'll go back home. And then next year I cycle from Southern California, leaving late February and going to Alaska, and cycle through the winter to try to speak to schools in Alaska before school gets out, and then climb up McKinley. And then if I'm still feeling good after that, I'm going to cycle back to Southern California.
Do you get any time for R&R, some rest and recovery this winter?
Definitely. So I usually plan the trips back to back, and so every fall and spring, and then I'll go an entire school year until the next, after the spring's trip has ended, I'll go until the spring or the fall of the school year after. And so I get 4 months in between, and then I'll get a year and a half off in between every 2 trips.
You've covered a lot of miles in all this time, and I'm sure you've had some great experiences. Is there any single thing that you can say ranks up there, or one of the things that makes this so worthwhile, or that you'll never forget for your whole life?
Well, I guess there's a few things. I mean, there's nothing like having 300 third graders maul you because you're the best thing they've seen since sliced bread. And little Sally runs up to you and she tells you that her friend likes you, and she runs away really quickly. It's just so heartwarming. And to be able to, as I go across the country and as I'm speaking with so many people, and to see that slice of Americana, and to understand and meet with so many different types of Americans, is just a phenomenal way to get to know the country, and not just to feel like I am from one little place in the United States, but that I'm actually from a whole country, and I feel very much more like I'm an American overall. And then there's the other personal things like going through the Columbia River Gorge, or through the Everglades, or along the coast of Maine, places that are just national treasures. And I feel very just so blessed, I guess, to say that I've ridden through these places and got to see them with my own eyes. I know most people will never have that opportunity.
Well, I think in the interest of time, I realize you've got to get on to another school, Montfortin, so it's time to close this, and wish you safe travels. Good luck, happy cycling, and see you on the road somewhere.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.